Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Henshins. So we are reviewing episode 13 of Avataro Sentai. DonBrothers just got my Robotaro gears in, and they are beautiful. Let's see if I'll focus on it. Oh my god, I love these things so much. They're so cool. Um, Definitely going to try and do more with the Toku Toy videos. Now I've been saying for a while that I'm going to do that, but I need to set some time aside where I actually do it. I want to do some of the gears I want to talk about. Clearly, I did one on the Dawn Blaster already, but I want to do one on the some of the Revice stuff I have. Clearly, definitely will do one for Giffard Rex. I got that pre-ordered, the final form item. But anyway, that's all Revice. Anyway, DonBrothers this week was absolutely fantastic yet again. I know it's kind of like beating a dead horse, sort of. It's to me, it's more like petting a very regal steed because that's what DonBrothers has been. Has just been consistently awesome all the way through. Um, we've gotten amazing character moments, character interactions. The dialogue has been great. The story has been really good, revealing itself in little parts and pieces here and there, and we get even more stuff this time. Um, and Overall, I'm just really, really enjoying it. It's already making its way into my top 5 just based on the first 13 episodes, which usually I try to withhold judgment on a Sentai series until it's at least halfway to 3/4 of the way through, or done even. But that's tough for this one because of how consistently awesome it's been. Um, and what's cool is like you're still getting the like fun things you might really like about a Sentai series. Like for me, I really like it seeing either this or Rider whenever they are like helping a kid feel better, or like a kid is a part of the plot and it is like it's a way to like teach kids how to be safe or something like that. Like sometimes it gets a little bit, oh my god. But seeing them like care about that or care about justice and keeping people safe and things like that is really cool. And they've been doing that all the way through in DonBrothers, and I really like that. Um, So this week's episode again focuses on Don Momotaro. Last week we got some good stuff with him and uh, Sonoy talking about lying and what a beautiful lie is, that the moon is a liar and all that kind of stuff, and we get more into it. The big reveal we get is that Don Momotaro is part of a royal family of the Naoto. So I was right from the start. He's part of the Naoto, the brain persons, their tribe, whatever, their realm. He's from there. So I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. So he's part of some kind of royal family, and it's the Dawn family. So that's why he's Dawn Momotaro when he transforms. Just like the newly revealed six is Dawn Dragoku. Um, or Doragoku. But anyway, we get a big reveal of that. And that it was his family who like cast out the brain persons. Basically, there's some beef with Don Momotaro's royal family and the brain persons, and so they want to destroy Don Momotaro entirely. Well, that's conflicting for Sonoy because um eventually it is, but he's at first fine with it, and he meets up with Don Momotaro, and they're talking again, going back and forth and broing it up like they do. He's about the only person, and same for for Momotaro, that they're the only person for each other that can finally like feel themselves be human with, and like feel emotions and stuff like that. I think there's a point where he's like drawing Momotaro and he can't figure out how to do it. He's like, oh, it must be just a human thing where only humans can create art. I seem to be incapable, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, just gotta practice. It's really cool, their connection. The other team members do get a good chunk to do. The main part of the plot is that they're confronting Momotaro, and they feel like, because last episode finally he couldn't lie, and they're trying to get him to like at all praise them in any way, and he feels like that's useless and blah blah blah, and it's like, well, but it feels like we just don't matter to you, like we're just cannon fodder basically. Um, and so they're doing their thing and they're talking back and forth. Eventually, they actually, I think at one point, Oni's sister talks to Kaito Black. She's like, "Hey, you should be over here too. You're a superhero." He's like, "Oh, or we could talk about this," and just like goes on to some other subject. So I'm guessing we'll eventually get his like story and who he is eventually. I have no clue. I'm not even gonna put any bets on who Kaito Black even is at all. I'm not even gonna try. But anyway, so eventually they come to the agreement that they're gonna quit helping him. They're just gonna let him do his own thing, and he's like, fine, whatever, because he's kind of a jerk to them basically, and uh, calls them out for like different things that he thinks they all are like capable or not capable of, that they're all guilty of basically. And so they're like, fine, we're done. We weren't gonna help you. And so that's when eventually he meets up with Sonoy. They talk a little bit more, and then after that is where the Totsuki of this week was a Kyoryuger based one, which is weird because I don't understand how the dancing thing had anything to do with the lady that became the Kyoryu Jiroki or whatever it's called, Kyoryuoki. Um, because it didn't seem like she was a singer or a dancer at all. I feel like it was a little odd. I don't know. It was a really annoying person too. Usually you kind of feel for the people sometimes, but this person I felt nothing for, and she was kind of annoying and just there to have a Hitotsuoki in there. Um, but at one point, Sonoe gets involved and they're fighting, and they end up coming to a standstill, like a stalemate. They knock each other out of transformation, and he sees Momotaro, and Momotaro sees him, and that they're on opposing sides, and that clearly is upsetting to both of them, and to an extent, what's his name? Sonoe feels as though Momotaro is lying to him, right? Or lied to him in some way that he didn't tell him who he was. Um, and Momotaro feels the same way about Sonoe, and it kind of breaks him a little bit, kind of makes him upset, and it's kind of sad. And we revisit the scene in a little bit later, after they defeat the Totsuoki, which they do pretty easily. I did like that the Kyoryuger monster this week kind of did some of the transformation dance. The Kyoryu change dance was kind of cool. But anyway, so Momotaro, Don Momotaro, whatever, is fighting like the Totsuoki and some of the like foot soldiers, the Ononi or whatever, and the team gets getting summoned, and they keep like the blaster will come to them, and they just take the gear out. And they're like, nope, not gonna transform today. And I think it was a fun gag, but then it started to kind of get sad because it's like, oh god, like the suspense started getting higher. So it's like he might actually like bite it. And so they eventually decide to help him. And they tell him like, we know that you are like hard to impress, and you hardly ever give us praise, but we also know that you're a good person, and blah blah blah. And they just they have eventually come back together, as they were probably going to. And so they help, and they all work together in the Robotaro forms. They just defeat the Totsuoki. They go into Danone Taijin again. We get to see the best mecha I've ever seen in years. Oh my god. And they destroy the big version of it. And right afterwards, they're all good. Out of nowhere, Sonoe comes down and just slashes right down the middle of Don Momotaro. And everybody's like, sitting there like, oh, just like shocked. And he falls down and he gets deleted. He goes away. And we see a flashback to the previous scene a few scenes back where he was talking to Don Momotaro, their conversation, right after finding out who the other person was. And because he knows Don Momotaro can't lie, he asks him, before you leave, I just have one request, or one question. He's like, what's that? What is your weakness? And he says, when I'm outside, when I've like powered down or have, exited out of the Robotaro form, I'm weakened by quite a bit. And that's what he tells him. That's the truth. And it kind of sucks that like Momoe is like, Taro is so incapable of lying because he just gave out his greatest weakness. And so he does. He untransforms out of, his Robotaro form. He's just down Momotaro, and Sonoe comes in and destroys him, hits him, and he turns red and deletes, like goes away like the data, like the other people that got taken away, got destroyed or killed by the brain persons. I was really impressed with this. I wasn't, I mean, I guess we all should have seen it coming with the episode being called Goodbye Momotaro or Down Momotaro, whatever it was called. But I'm pretty impressed they did it. I wasn't assuming they were truly going to, and they did it, and they pulled it off really well. It would seem that the Sixth Ranger, and I can't remember his human name, like his untransformed name. I know it's Dun Doragaku, or Dorgaku, when he's transformed. He's our sixth of the team. He has two altered forms. He can go into a silver form and a full, a silver form, and another form has like red and gold on it, whatever. He is a Gold Ranger. I do wish they would have went with a different color, but whatever. But the design is awesome. His changer seems to be a fucking pole arm. Like, how Goku has the, the pole, that he used, the extending pole or whatever it's called. He has it also, like, because he's based off of Sun Wukong, the original, like, thing that Goku is based off of. And so, but his his title is Dawn something. So it would seem that perhaps he's from Momotaro's family. I don't know if he's an older brother, younger brother, what. But as far as the next episode is concerned, he's supposed to be taking over as leader. It also shows them using Dawn Oni Taijin. So it would seem that somehow he's able to access the Don Robotaro form and also summon, combine into Don Oni Taijin. So very interesting how that works. And again, that world building. I love that we're getting these little pieces here where it's like, oh, here's this new character. He's the sixth. He technically has red on him a little bit, so he is going to be the leader for a while. I'm sure that Momotaro is not gone forever. I'm sure they're gonna find some way to bring him back, especially because there's a rumor that his power up, like his, battleizer type form, whatever, is gonna be a phoenix of some kind. So, it would make sense that would lead into his revival, like Phoenix is being reincarnated and all that. Um, but yes, that's what the next episode is supposed to be, is introducing the Sixth Ranger. It doesn't really make it clear he's going to transform in the next episode. I really want to see how that goes, because it's cool. The weapon is like this pole arm, and it has like a axe form it can be, or it can go up and become a halberd or something like that. So it's really interesting, and I'm really interested to see how they pull that off. Kind of reminds me, honestly, of Two Kaiser in last season having the blade out for Shinken form and the blade down for Orin form. So it kind of definitely reminds me of that. It'd be really crazy if this all ends up being just like a simulation season by the Zenkaigers. Like they created their own Sentai team and like made like a computer simulation of it or something like that. I don't know. A lot of things would track with that, and it's really it kind of creeps me out. But anyway, overall, fantastic episode. I really enjoyed it all the way through. I really enjoyed the action. I love the Robotaro forms and Dano and Taijin. And I kind of am down with the fact that Don Momotaro got destroyed, for now, in quotes, and where they're going to go with that story. I'm really interested in seeing where they go with that. So let me know in the comments, what did you guys think? And clearly this is spoilers, as you guys know. But let me know in the comments, what did you guys know? First off, score, honestly, a 10 out of 10. Loved it. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Did you guys love the episode? Were you in the middle? Did you guys think it was all right? Whatever. What do you think of the kind of end of this part of the arc between Sentai and Momotaro? I apologize. Oh my god. And just let me know what you think of the episode, and what you guys would like me to review next. I'm thinking about possibly reviewing Kenobi. I know it's Star Wars and it's a little bit different than what I normally talk about on the channel, but it's another one of my interests. Clearly, with my lightsaber up there, I think you can. Oh, we can see the blade. The handles behind the helmet. But anyway, thinking about doing that. Definitely some Toku Toy views coming up. I'm gonna try to pull off, and demos and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing, all that good stuff. It's really, really appreciated. I really do, really, really love it when you guys, interact and everything. But until next time, you stay up dimensions. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.